So I want to have a conversation about this guy. All right? Because y'all couldn't wait to try to prove to Anton from AntonDaniels.com that racism and people are still being hung. Anton, people are still being hung. I'm going to read y'all super chat shortly. I'll get with you. Don't worry about it, Jasmine. I'll address you shortly. Right after I had this conversation. So y'all was sending me all of these TikToks, and you said, hey, Anton, people are still being hung. Because that's what they told me. And you know how people be being extra. I can't believe that you're not addressing this, Anton. I said, give me a second. Let me get all of the facts. Let me find out what's going on. And then I'm going to find out whether or not it's really somebody getting hanged from a tree. So this was the initial news report that came out that everybody was sending me that they wanted me to react to. And I was patient.
We were asking questions after this man was found dead in Vance County at the base of a tree with a rope around his neck. His name is Javion McGee. Many of you reached out to us after a TikTok video went viral. WRO's Destiny Patterson has been digging into his death and joins us live from Vance County. Destiny, you spoke to the sheriff today. What do we know about this crime, about this case from law enforcement?
Just in the last 20 minutes, we've gotten a search warrant that gives us more insight into this investigation. A representative for the family says that Javion McGee was a truck driver, and I'm told that trucks often park here while making deliveries at a nearby Walmart distribution center. The sheriff said that McGee was found outside of a fenced area of this business, and they say that they found him at the base of a tree with a rope around his neck. 21-year-old Javion McGee stopped through Vance County as part of his job as a truck driver. It's a long way from where he lived in Illinois. Deputies found him dead Wednesday under a tree with a rope wrapped around his neck.
We have a lot of questions, not enough answers.
So the first thing that they did is they went and found them some of the blackest people to come and advocate. I'm surprised they ain't called Al Sharpton. I'm surprised they ain't called Charlamagne the God. I'm surprised they didn't call some of the people, Angela Rye, Teslin Figueroa, Ricky Smiley. There's still racism in this country, and we got to make sure that we're rooted out by calling it out. Acknowledge our racism and give us reparations. Give it to us. As still being people hung by a tree. This is what they was telling me. I said, okay, all right. Let me see if this is one of them situations where some people can overpower a young black man hanging from a tree and then see what happens. All right, let's continue.
Matthews identifies herself as a spokesperson for his family. She says law enforcement initially told them McGee died by suicide.
This young man has not had no indication of no type of suicidal ideation. He doesn't have a history of mental illness.
At no point in time that we have said this was a suicide.
Vance County Sheriff Curtis Brame says they're still investigating McGee's death. McGee's family does not believe he took his own life. But how can we rule out a hate crime at this point?
Look at me and who I am.
The first thing they want to do is say, is this a hate crime? I wonder if they would have that same type of energy if they found a white person that was like that.
I thought that anyone, regardless of their race, was lynched in Vance County. I would have it all over national news. When we got there, he was sitting with his back up against the tree on the ground. It's something common we would say, as we would call a jail suicide or homicide, where a person does not have enough height to hang or dangle.
McGee's family says they were told surveillance footage showed McGee buying a rope from Walmart. The sheriff says they're still looking into that. He says the medical examiner's office will officially determine the cause of death.
Mom and stepdad and dad has not even seen his body yet.
Sheriff Brame says the family could not view the body in person due to distance.
We want to see everything. We want full transparency.
Transparency from what? For who? Anyways, so that was 5 days ago, 5+ days ago. All right. This is the most recent video that I was able to find now that they was able to actually substantiate whether or not a bunch of white guys grabbed him up and went and did something to him. That's him walking out of Walmart, clear as day, went and bought the rope himself.
To breaking news, new details in the death investigation surrounding Javion McGee, a man found dead with a rope around his neck in Vance County.
Investigative reporter Mary Smith is here with us. You've been following this all along. You've got brand new video just released. Tell us what you got.
Yeah, that's right. We got this video within the last 45 minutes. It's dated September 10th, the day before Javion McGee was found dead, and appears to show him purchasing rope at Walmart. Here's the surveillance video from the Walmart Supercenter in Henderson. The video appears to show him at the self-checkout purchasing the blue rope. It shows he paid.
That's what it looked like before we get into this. This is what it looks like when y'all stealing and y'all keep on swiping and y'all charging everything as bananas. You got steak, the highest quality of steak that you can find in there. Went and got it from the butcher. And you keep on weighing it and charging it as bananas. This is what it looked like. This is what they be watching inside of the loss prevention office. And they can spot you. They know that you stealing because they was watching you eat fruit snacks as you was walking up and down the aisles. The fastest way to be able to identify whether or not somebody is stealing or not is if they eating fruit snacks, walking up and down the aisle, and then they pick something out of the refrigerator in order to wash it down. And y'all think that, this is real, and y'all think that just because you don't see no cameras in that aisle that they can't see me. Listen, they can see you on every single piece of CCTV footage in there. They streaming it live and they laughing at you because you ringing the steaks up as bananas. This is what that black label steak, yep, Aaron, you know. This is what it looked like when y'all ringing it up and y'all think y'all tricking somebody. Every time you think you got away, got us another one, boss. Just going to let it go ahead and ring up until we can slap him with the felony. Oh, he been in here yesterday. Okay, so we establishing a pattern. We know he going to come back tomorrow because he ain't been caught and he think that he getting better. That's what happens.
Paid $4.20 for it. You can then see him walk out of the store, and he walks across the parking lot to his truck and drives off. The sheriff's office says his body was found in an area off Vanco Mill Road. They say deputies found him near the base.
Hey, dog threw it in the air too. He threw it like it was a hat. He said,
of a tree in a seated position with a rope wrapped around his neck and the other end attached to a tree. McGee's family believes it was a hate crime, and attorneys representing the family say he has no history of mental illness. The sheriff's office is calling this a death investigation. His family is now pleading for answers about what happened to him. We have reached out to Vance County Sheriff Brame for more information.
So they tried to make this out to be a hate crime. In reality, he went and purchased the rope himself. That's him right there. They tried to make it out to be white people's fault. White people, y'all are under siege. But you know what the problem is? Somebody said it inside of the chat. Hate is dying. Hate is going away. When I went to the doctor's office yesterday, the lady that was at the front desk, you know who I'm talking about, the older white lady? Yeah, she loved me. She was like, Anton, oh my God, I love you. Let me just say thank you. She almost broke down right there in front of the thing. I said, what's going on? She said, my son, he was watching you. And he was like, Mom, you got to check this guy out. That's what she was saying. She said, Mom, you got to check this guy out. He's saying everything that we feel. And we're not like that. I don't know why everybody wants to make this up. He's saying everything. And the mama couldn't tell her that I was actually a client, because that's my regular doctor or whatever. The mom couldn't tell her son that I know him or anything like that. She was just like, my son learned so much from you. He's becoming more of a man. He's standing up for himself and he's becoming more confident. I just want to thank you. I just want to thank you so much. We're not like that. Everybody is going through things. Everybody is struggling. We're not on that type of I don't know why People wanted the little frail lady. I said, oh, don't worry about it. I got you. Tom Dog gonna do what he do. Tom don't do what he do. The first thing that people go to is, it must be a hate crime. It must be a hate crime. No, it's not a hate crime. Y'all want to continue to run in the victim Olympics. We're not doing that no more.
A lot of questions still remain. And as a matter of fact, just in the last couple of minutes before our live shot, some supporters of Javion McGee's family have now arrived here at the Vance County Sheriff's Office, hoping to get answers to those questions. As it stands right now, the sheriff still does not believe that there was any foul play.
Look at the people in the back. Look at the people in the back with the signs. We need answers for Javion. Was he lynched? Let it die. Let the hate stuff die. We pray for his family. We pray for him. You know, I don't want nobody to go through nothing where they feel like they got to take themselves out. And I think that that's the real issue that we need to be having a conversation about. But we distracted from it because we so focused on the things that don't matter. And y'all making these stupid signs. You went, got a marker off of your daughter's desk and drew that sign up in order for you to create visibility about an issue that's non-existent. It ain't. He went to Walmart and bought the rope himself. And y'all still standing behind there holding up signs. Chick with purple hair, older black man, some of the worst, most racist people that you're going to find in your life.
But he also will not officially rule this as a suicide. In the meantime, though, we are getting new surveillance video and 911 calls that's shedding some light on the moments.
Look at her with her hand. Look at the white woman. There's no bigger traitor to the United States of America in a lot of these cases than liberal white women that want to join in making sure that we seek justice for something that don't even exist. She got her hand in the air like this. And the reporter is like, man, listen, we got footage and video footage showing that he bought the rope himself.
What we do know for a fact is that Javion McGee was in Henderson from the Chicago area working for his trucking company, dropping off a load at the Walmart distribution center before being found dead up against a tree with a rope around his neck, not far from where his truck was parked off Vanco Mill Road. From the beginning, the sheriff saying he believed that Javion bought the rope used in his death. Now releasing surveillance video from the Henderson Walmart showing Javion at the self-checkout buying the utility rope. A spokesperson for his family says they've seen that video, but that it's only leaving more questions.
The family is saying that specific video does not declare the fact that that was a suicide. You know,
we can't even see her right eye. Her right, our left. We can't even see her eye because she got them butterfly eyelashes on. What are we talking about, y'all? Listen, if you get somebody that's your spokesperson that got butterfly eyelashes completely falling down and covering the whole eye, you need a new spokesperson. We're going to have to, listen, it's dead. It's dead. It's over. Racism is over. It's dead. Racism is dead. The bigger question should be, why did he do it in the first place? And how can we start to solve for the mental health of a lot of men that feel as though they don't have nowhere else to turn and nobody to turn to because the world is cruel to men. And there is no help for most men that are out here alone trying to figure it out. And that's the environment that we live in.
You know what I mean? That's just one element of the investigation. The family still suspects foul play at this point right now, but They really just want answers. They want to know from that timeline, from him purchasing that rope all the way to...
Y'all got to take them eyelashes off, ladies. Y'all can't even see no more.
The tree where he was hung.
We're also hearing the 911 call that came in from the man who discovered Javion's body near where his truck was parked.
Vance County 911 emergency. I had some guys out here mowing grass and they go. Man out here hung himself in a tree.
The guy hung himself in the tree?
Yeah, he looked dead.
Okay, what's
still got a rope around his neck.
Meanwhile, Javion's family taking their quest for answers here to North Carolina.
You know, they have that right. You know, this is their loved one. This is someone that they truly loved and was taken from them.
And right now, we do know that Javion's family members are on their way. Some have already arrived here to
Look at the people in the back.
Again, wanting to meet with the sheriff here in Vance County. We are also told...
Is that a little person? Is that person under 4 feet? Maybe we can buy one. You don't want a little person as a mascot? I want a little person as a mascot. I've been telling the chat, hey chat, if y'all know anybody that want to actually join in on the Anton Daniels team, make sure y'all send them my email. Tell them to get in contact with me. I'm looking to get somebody that's fun sized to kind of promote what we got going on over here. I think we can get more visibility. They look a little too tall.
Lawyers, they are going to be having a press conference here tomorrow at 12:30. We will, of course, continue to bring you the updates on this case as we get them. For now, we're live in Henderson. Tom George, ABC 11 Eyewitness News.
So again, we want more visibility into the things that actually matters, not things that don't matter. So for all of y'all that was then sending me all of that content that was saying, oh, this still happening in the South. You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of, was that yesterday or the day before yesterday? I think it was yesterday. And I was on a live stream. And on my live stream, while I was reporting and having a conversation about the assassination attempts and stuff, people was like, oh, it's a bomb threat. It's something that's happening at his event in New York, and they found a pipe bomb and stuff. And so I said, okay, well, listen, before I report on it, let me do my own research. Let me go and find out for myself what is happening. Turns out that it wasn't. It was false reports. Every single thing was pointing to the fact that it was a false report and that it wasn't at all. So y'all have to, that's why I'm careful. I'm very careful. Y'all got to start substantiating and being able to justify some of the stuff that y'all saying, because y'all be wrong, bro. A lot of people is wrong. They just be saying stuff. They take a rumor and they play a game of telephone. Then it becomes fact somehow. And I started going and doing the research, and I was like, oh, okay, so it was nothing. It's nothing for me to report on. Y'all got to do your own research. Take what y'all hear, take other people's opinions, and then go and do your own research. Become informed. That way you can have the conversation not based off of rumors, but based off of facts. I said somebody, a clip that we released on Instagram for Let's Rant About It. That's false information. Trump didn't fund HBCUs. How didn't he? He literally did in 2019, and I was able to go and find an article, right, like a quick Google search from the Associated Press is your friend. Literally, I was able to pull that up without even thinking twice. I think I had it saved in my bookmarks. I was able to pull that up without even thinking twice. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. Trump signs a bill restoring funding for black colleges, according to the Associated Press. Was able to go in and find it. President Donald Trump on Thursday, this is December 19, 2019, signed a bipartisan bill that will permanently provide more than $250 million a year to the nation's historically black colleges and universities, along with dozens of other institutions that serve large shares of minority students. I'm able to find this without even blinking twice. And they want to sit here and debate with me. Anton, that's false information. That comes from Anton, you don't know. I'm like, I did a report on, I don't know. Anyways, neither here nor there. No, Trump didn't do anything for black colleges. He didn't do anything for black people. He didn't do anything for HBCUs. I was like, yes, he did. Over $250 million a year is going to historically black colleges and institutions that primarily serve black people. What are you talking about? And he didn't have to. Anyways, y'all got to give me a minute, because I just be trying to figure out, what are y'all talking about? Do y'all not like think before you talk, or do y'all just be saying stuff?